You are listening to PastThink.com audiobook. Please like and subscribe, thank you. Chapter 28. Guan Yu kills Kai Yang to show Zhang Fei he is no traitor. The three brothers are united again. Xiahou Dun is furious at the deaths Guan Yi has caused, not least because among those killed was one of his officers. "I've come to capture you," he shouts and levels his spear at Guan Yu, ready to charge. At that precise moment another horseman rides up at a gallop, shouting out, "Stop! Stop now! You mustn't fight Guan Yu." The rider thunders up and presents an official paper. The Prime Minister, the messenger says, admiring the honor and virtue of Guan Yu, has granted him permission to travel freely. This, however, does not impress Xiahou Dun. Guan Yu has killed several officers, and I don't think the Prime Minister is aware of this, is he? He asks. To which the messenger says, "I don't think so." So Xiahou Dun declares that therefore he will arrest Guan Yu and take him for trial before Cao Cao. This makes Guan Yu furious. "Do you think I'm frightened of you?" And he charges with his spear leveled at Xiahou Dun, who likewise charges with his spear leveled. 10 rounds they go, when yet another horseman gallops up shouting, "Wait, wait." Yet again, the messenger declares that the Prime Minister, moved by Guan Yu's loyalty, grants him permission to leave. Again Xiahou Dun asks if the Prime Minister knows of the murdered officers and, when he is told no, he once again prepares to charge Guan Yu, and Guan Yu draws his mighty sword as Xiahou Dun's men close in. At this point yet another horseman, the third one now, charges up shouting, "Do not attack." This time the messenger is none other than Zhang Liao. The Prime Minister has heard about the deaths of the officers and, worried that this might lead to difficulties, he sent me to say Guan Yu is still free to leave. When Xiahou Dun raises the fact that one of the dead was Qin Qi, Kai Yang's nephew, whom he was supposed to protect, Zhang Liao dismisses this. "I will explain what happened," says Zhang Liao, "when next I see Kai Yang." In the light of so many messages from Cao Cao, and with Zhang Liao's personal assurance, Xiahou Dun has no option but to give in. So he departs with Zhang Liao, but empty-handed. Guan Yu and the two ladies travel on for many days. At one point they are confronted by a gang of robbers, former Yellow Headband rebels who have turned to crime. But when their leader, Zhou Tsang, realizes who the warrior leading the convoy is, he leaps from his horse, kneels and begs to be allowed to join Guan Yu. It is a few days after this that they see in the distance a city called Guanzhong. Local people tell them that a few months back a ferocious warrior appeared, expelled the governor, and took over the city. He has now recruited a large army, secured provisions, and has the whole area in awe of him. When they ask who this fierce warrior is, they discover it is none other than Zhang Fei. Guan Yu, confident of a warm reception, sends Sun Qian into the city to announce that his brother is outside, and that his sisters-in-law are with him. When Guan Yu sees his brother Zhang Fei riding out of the city leading 1,000 horsemen, he sets aside his great sword and rides forward to greet him. But imagine his astonishment when Zhang Fei suddenly gives a roar of anger and charges straight at him with his spear leveled for the kill. Deeply shocked, Guan Yu cries out, "Brother, what are you doing? Have you already forgotten the peach orchard?" "You traitor," roars Zhang Fei. "It's you who betrayed our brother by surrendering to Cao Cao, taking a place in his court, and receiving his gifts. I'm going to kill you." When the two ladies hear the noise, they pull aside the curtains and look out. What on earth is going on, they demand of Zhang Fei, who reins in the midst of his charge, to pay his respects. "Don't you worry, little sisters. I'm going to kill this traitor, and then escort you into the safety of the city," declares Zhang Fei. But Guan Yu had no idea where either you or Xuanda were, they say. "We had to stay with Cao Cao. As soon as he found out that Xuanda was at Runan, we left. He's seen us through such terrible times on our journey, and defended us so gallantly. Please don't be angry with him." "You've been fooled by him," retorts Zhang Fei, "and the truth is that a truly loyal man would rather die than be dishonored. No one who is virtuous can serve two masters." Dear brother, says Guan Yu, you're seriously misjudging me. Trust me, says Sun Qian, Guan Yu has been looking for you, and that search is why he is here now. But Zhang Fei shouts back, rubbish. You've come here to capture me. But, replies a shocked Guan Yu, if I'd wanted to capture you, surely I'd have come with an armed force. Which is exactly, says a furious and equally shocked Zhang Fei, what you've done. And he points behind Guan Yu. Guan Yu turns and to his astonishment sees a huge cloud of dust kicked up by what has to be an immense military force. The banners flying high above the horde declare that this is the army of Cao Cao. So, says Zhang Fei, are there any other tricks of yours to try to persuade me? And so saying he charges at Guan Yu. Stop, brother, shouts Guan Yu. To prove to you I'm telling the truth, let me go and kill the leader of the troops. If you can do this in the time it takes for 3 rolls of the war drums, then I'll believe you, replies Zhang Fei. Soon the army's leader comes into clear view, and it is none other than Kai Yang, who, the moment he sees Guan Yu, shouts, found you, you murderer. You killed my nephew. The Prime Minister has ordered your arrest. Zhang Fei picks up the drumsticks. Guan Yu utters not a word but charges forward. Before Zhang Fei can complete a single roll of the drums, Guan Yu's mighty sword has risen and fallen, and Kai Yang's head rolls to the ground. At this sight the troops panic and start to flee. When a junior officer is captured and questioned, it is revealed that Cao Cao has not ordered the capture of Guan Yu, but an attack on Runan. The meeting with Guan Yu was an accident, which Kai Yang tried to turn to his own advantage. Zhang Fei interrogates the prisoner thoroughly until at last he is convinced that his brother has told the truth. Together, they all enter the city. They spend the day celebrating and telling each other of their adventures and exploits since they were last together. It is then decided that Guan Yu and Sun Qian will travel to Runan to see Xuanda. Meanwhile, Zhang Fei will stay in the city and look after the 2 ladies. However, when Guan Yu and Sun Qian arrive at Runan, it is only to find Xuanda has left some time ago. He has gone back to consult with Yuan Shao. So they return disappointed to Guqing. It is agreed once again that Guan Yu and Sun Qian should go to find Xuanda, while Zhang Fei guards the city and the ladies. The danger, of course, is that, in entering the territory of Yuan Shao, Guan Yu will be a wanted man for having killed Yuan Shao's 2 best commanders. Secrecy has to be paramount. When Sun Qian and Guan Yu arrive at the river border, Sun Qian persuades Guan Yu to seek shelter at a nearby farm while he rides on into Yuan Shao's territory to find Xuanda. While Guan Yu takes refuge in the farm, Sun Qian makes it safely into the city of Jizhou and finds Xuanda. He tells him of the reunion of his 2 other brothers. Calling in his advisor, Jian Yong, Xuanda and Sun Qian plot how they can all escape from under Yuan Shao's nose. It is Jian Yong who comes up with the plan. The heart of the plot is that Xuanda will suggest that he go to Jingzhou to consult with Liu Biao. He will propose that Liu Biao join their alliance against Cao Cao. That will help us escape, says Xuanda, but what about you, Jian Yong? Don't worry about me. I've my own plans up my sleeve. At the meeting with Yuan Shao the following day, Xuanda suggests that he should go to speak with Liu Biao to see if he will agree to a joint attack on Cao Cao. Yuan Shao agrees, and just as Xuanda is leaving says, I gather that Guan Yu has left Cao Cao and is somewhere near here. If he comes I'll kill him in revenge for the deaths of Yan Liang and Wen Chou. Highly alarmed, Xuanda tries to reason with him only to be told by Yuan Shao that he is just joking. To complete the plot, Jian Yong comes to Yuan Shao and says he thinks he ought to keep an eye on Xuanda. So Yuan Shao gives him permission to depart as his personal spy. Soon Xuanda and Guan Yu are reunited. Guan Yu has been given hospitality by the farmer, whose family name is also Guan. The farmer's son, Guan Ping, asks permission to join Guan Yu, and Guan Yu agrees. From now on Guan Ping treats Guan Yu as his father and Xuanda as his uncle. Then the party departs swiftly before they are discovered. En route back to Zhang Fei, they are suddenly attacked by a ferocious warrior, and his men who charge downhill at them. Just as they think they are doomed, the attackers pull up sharply. Xuanda cries in delight. It's Zhao Zilong. My lord, says Zhao Zilong. After leaving you, I joined Gong Sunzan again. But he wouldn't listen to any advice. In the end Yuan Shao not only defeated him, but caused his death by burning. Despite many offers from Yuan Shao, I could see he was a weak man. I tried to find you and then heard that Guan Yu had betrayed you and joined Cao Cao. When I heard you were with Yuan Shao, I was tempted to come. But in the end I didn't and have been wandering ever since. When I heard Zhang Fei was at Guqing, I decided to go to him. I can't believe my luck in now finding you. I'd always hoped you would join us, says Xuanda. And I've always wanted to join you, says Zhao Zilong. Kowtowing, Zhao Zilong and his band of warriors join with Xuanda, and together they ride for Guqing. Arriving back at Guqing, Xuanda is greeted by Zhang Fei with joy, and each of the brothers tells the story of the adventures he has been through. They sacrifice to heaven and earth with an ox and a horse, and they celebrate. The addition of Zhao Zilong and Guan Ping is also a cause for great rejoicing among them. As a poet later said, for a time, the men were scattered like severed limbs. Rumors, whispers, but nothing to confirm what was happening. Today, they're reunited, brothers once again. Dragon and tiger combined, like a roaring wind. Xuanda now decides that with their combined force of around 5,000 they should march to defend Runan, and at just that moment Lu Pai and Gong Du ask for their help. So off the band of brothers go, strengthening their army along the way with new recruits. Once Yuan Shao realizes he has been tricked into letting Xuanda and Jian Yong go, he is determined to have his revenge. But his counselor Guatu, who advised against letting either Xuanda or Jian Yong go, now advises him to ignore Xuanda. You need now to focus on the greater threat of Cao Cao. To overcome him, I suggest that you create a new alliance. This time with Sun Tzu to the south of the Great River, in the southlands of the Three Rivers with its 6 districts. Join with him to attack Cao Cao, says Guatu, and, following his advice, Yuan Shao sends Chen Jin to speak for him. The warrior from the north has gone. The warrior from the south is now sought. And what comes of this? Let's find out.